Trump is wrong to call for an interest rate cut right now. It might bring short-term benefits, but it will create bigger problems later in the future. Let's look at both sides. Why he wants it. First, he wants to lower the government borrowing costs. Simply, for every 1 basis point the Fed cuts from the interest rates, the US government saves about 1 billion in annual interest payments. So if the Fed cut by 100 basis points, let's say from 4% to 3%, that could save the US $100 billion in interest, as the old debt gets mature and refinanced at lower rates. Second, he wants to lower the interest rates to make it cheaper for the American population to borrow, so that they can borrow cheap to buy more real estate, buy more cars, which will make them spend more and boost economic growth. But on the other hand, here is the problem. Inflation is still above target. It is 2.4% compared to the Fed goal of 2%. The unemployment is 4.2%, which is below the US historical average. So unemployment is in good place. The GDP for Q2 is expected to grow by 3.8% year over year, which is really strong and healthy. And on top of all that, the stock market is at all-time high. So the economy is doing well, and it doesn't need this extra help from the Fed right now. And if the Federal Reserve cut rates now, what happens when the market crashes later, which will eventually happen for whatever reason? In that case, the Fed won't have many tools left to respond. The Fed can lower rates a few times before it hits zero. So if it uses a cut now, it loses an important option for responding to a real crisis in the future. And honestly, Trump does not need to cut interest rates to boost economic growth. Trump made a very good decision by removing the brakes that Biden had put on the AI industry. And because now he is allowing the AI industry to flourish, AI will drive massive economic expansion, much bigger than the growth a simple interest rate cut could bring. Honestly, compared to AI, all other factors are just noise. The impact of AI on productivity is so big that the economies that will adapt it, including the US, will flourish, and Trump will reap the benefits of that growth. Again, everything else next to AI is just noise.